Boom! Hello and welcome to the Executive Protection Lifestyle Podcast Season 5. Never forget that to the best of us, protection's more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. Enjoy.
Byron, we're here today, man.
Yo, we're here. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. First of all, I want to just say, your booth looks kick-ass.
Because of you guys, man. These guys right here did this. This is awesome. This is the best way, I think.
In fact, I think your booth is the most standout booth out of everyone. And to me, look, that's what excellence is. Excellence is
100%.
Finding something, I guess, simple and just leveling it up.
Hey, differentiators, raising the bar.
That's it,
the
man.
The gold standard.
That's it, man.
No, I love it.
So tell me, so far, Byron, and again, I don't want to come across like I'm interviewing you because we're going to be just having a chat today.
For sure.
But, the stuff that you're doing right now, again, when I look at it, we were yesterday at I'm going to mix the names up, the CP Forum, right?
Yeah.
And amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. You had an incredible line of speakers. I love the sessions. I love how you're able to put things together and just have a good conversation. There was a lot of good questions that came out. What was your thoughts on that?
For me, the most important thing and the awesomest, to use a technical term, thing was just being able to talk to the industry, getting a feel for the industry. People talk like that, talk about doing that.
Right.
And, me being a guy that came from the ground of the industry, from bouncing to EP, most everything I am doing, and I've thought about going kind of more B2B with even my training and stuff, but really where my heart is the guys out there, what they're dealing with, what we're dealing with, as a boutique private security company owner. This is where my heart is, man.
Right.
And so to be able to say, hey, as the speakers of this event, here we are. What do you want to talk about? This is the category, this is the subject for the next hour.
Right.
What are you guys struggling with? What are you dealing with? How can we serve you?
Yes.
And then for them to just say, hey, and then for us to just start banging out the questions and giving the best answers we have for all those questions. That's what the EP Forum's about. So there's a lot of, you come here to get good information, and there's a lot of that great information, and it's coming at you. But then once you go to the EP Forum, it's your opportunity to send in it's like a two-way range.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden it's a two-way range. So and that's what's cool about it.
And what's also really cool is how cool the network piecing is.
Yeah.
You can get so much little nuggets. Let me give an example because I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I was talking to Elijah yesterday, and we're talking about him. He's taking off on a flight, and we were talking about just for myself how uncomfortable being on a plane is to try and sleep. I can't sleep on a plane.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was saying, well, for him, it's about once you just release the control aspect that I do not control this aircraft.
Yeah.
Then I can relax. Now I'm going to try that tonight, but tomorrow night when I leave.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work.
No.
How do you do it? Are you when you're in these details?
Yeah.
And your client is sleeping. What's your routine? Are you able to relax and just pass out?
As long as obviously if he's in first class and pretty secure and all that stuff, I'm usually, if I'm near in that area, okay. Actually, to not even bring it to the client thing, for me, sleeping on a plane, there's two ways, and so I made a mistake. I'll tell you a quick story.
Okay.
On our way to Greece this year, I read the itinerary and it said we were landing at 8. And I was doing it in advance, so I wasn't with my actual protectee.
Right.
But we're in the air, and I'm like, we're going to land at 8. I'm going to go to sleep. It's going to be great. I'm going to pop a caffeine pill, and I'm going to get everything done.
Okay.
Because at altitude, I don't know what it is. My brain is just, it works so well.
Right.
I come up with the best ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm finding the cure for cancer in there.
Right.
So anytime I can work at high altitudes, I always try to do it. So I either take a caffeine pill, stay up, take all my supplements, and I just work like a freak.
Right.
While everyone's like, I'm watching movies, and how do I pass the time? I'm like, time is the ultimate, most powerful currency we have.
Right.
This is so awesome. Maybe no one will bug me because my phone, I'm not getting all the messages.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take over the world. Or I think just the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And I just pass out. If I want to go to sleep,
So
I can go to sleep.
if you want to sleep,
Yeah,
you can just go.
I tell my body, rest.
So no melatonin, nothing at all, no aid.
If I need this, the only thing I'll take for sleep, if I actually really want to shut it down and I'm a little bit amped, is I'll just take 4 ibuprofen.
Oh, wow.
Wake up, not groggy,
Okay.
sharp. That's my cheat code if I'm having trouble. But usually,
Well, look, I took a melatonin last night, and I woke up very groggy. I did not like that feeling, man. Yeah, man. Let the body naturally do it.
100%.
Okay, so yesterday, is it TAC 511? They basically did a nice little thing where you were giving some cards for people.
Yes.
And I saw some of the products that they have.
Yeah.
What would you say, talking about products an agent should have, one thing that is your go-to that I need to have this wherever I go?
A 511 product that is my go-to that I need to have everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I basically every single day wear their jeans. Right now, I have their jeans on, man.
Are they comfortable?
They're comfortable. They're stretchy. I'm not that flexible.
They actually look very stylish.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
like they're what? They're like what, a slim fit?
Slim fit. I'm rocking with a sports coat.
Yeah, man.
And I'm good.
Wow.
Pretty much every single day of my life. And you guys got to see this on the side camera.
Let's do it.
Cell phone, pocket, number 6 right there.
Wow.
You got one on either side, right? Once you have this pocket in your jeans, you will never wear normal jeans ever again. Done.
Wow.
With the stretchiness and the pocket. And they fit awesome. So
and they also seem to be, since they are a tactical kind of style jean, you're going to bend over. You're not getting that rip at the back.
No, you're not, actually. And if you need to
Mike, this is a PG. This is a PG podcast. This is a PG podcast.
See, we're getting crazy right now. We're getting crazy. I knew that was bad.
Yeah.
So, no, but you get all the stretch. You get the pocket. If you have to throw an AR mag in there, like you really do have to grab something and go, you can do it.
Okay.
So that's my, foundation of every outfit I wear.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna play a game here. Okay. And this is what the game is. Like, if we notice anybody come here that you want to bring in, we're just organically gonna invite them on, put the headset on, and we're gonna just start going right in.
Let's do it.
If you see that, okay? So
there's a couple, man.
If you see anybody that you see, someone that's kind of maybe gazing a little too long, come in, man. What's your story?
You want to come in and join the convo, man?
I see some of your stuff, man.
Yeah, probably.
You do your stuff. You do like some power processing.
And for those of you that are watching right now, Byron is actually pulling out of the podcast to have a conversation. So it's just me right now. So we're going to end this bit here, and we're going to reopen it back up. This is live, the IBC. I'm going to butcher the name. We're at a close protection conference. We're here to have fun. We're here to just see what it is, and just let's go from there, guys. Have a fantastic game. We'll be on in a couple of seconds. Boom.
This Sunday, there will be violence on church campuses. Any given Sunday, there is violence on church campuses. What are we to do when the reality that we need security at our places of worship is something that we have to figure out how to take care of ourselves? The reality of private security services is that they're very expensive and many congregations simply can't handle them. My name is Byron Rogers, and this is something I've specialized in since about 2008. I run a private security company called Preavo Research Group, and my first year in this industry, I was put on a detail by the grace of God with a man of God traveling the world. We hit roughly 60 different countries in that first year. I've seen the inside of hundreds of churches around the world, in places like the Congo, all the way up to some of the richest and most well-to-do environments on the planet. My job in many different cases would be to go into those churches, help those churches really, really position their assets in such a way that would help us execute a safe service and get my clientele in and out of that church, that facility, that arena, or wherever we were hosting our service. The reality for me is that I've done this many times all around the world at many different levels, and I specialize in setting up church strategies and plans. Really, in my opinion, it's part of why I was made. It's part of my service, and part of the way I give back for all the grace that God's given me and shown me on my journey as a professional protector. This product that I put together, Protecting Your Place of Worship, Church Security Strategies, is really just designed to give someone who may be facing having to put together a church strategy, who may be facing that, some answers on how the professionals do it. We all know it's expensive to bring a company like mine in to protect your place of worship. There is a place for that. It can be a necessity depending on a number of different factors, but there's so much you can do if you understand how to position your manpower and the different systems that you actually have at your fingertips or for free in order to make your campus safe and to protect not only the people in the congregation that are trusting you with their time and attention, but also the man of God and any VIPs that are on your campus. There are a number of different systems and strategies that can be implemented to effectively execute on safety, and that is what this product is all about. The Protecting Your Place of Worship video series is just designed to let you see some of the best practices that I've personally used all over the world. And so I've made it attainable for anyone and everyone so that you guys can all take these principles, making it more easy for us to all protect everyone who just wants to worship in peace. Unfortunately, the reality of this world is that there will be violence predicated on churches and school campuses today, tomorrow, and especially on Sunday. And there are a number of different threats to any church or school gathering: ideological opposition, mental health concerns, right? Terrorist organizations, domestic violence considerations that are actually the most frequent cause of violence on church campuses across America and the world. So there's so much that we can learn. I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of answers that are going to help you and yours conduct church and worship more and more safely on your campuses. So take a second, check out this video series, implement it with your teams at your place of worship, and I look forward to seeing you inside the video series. This is Byron Rogers, protector by nature and by trade, reminding you to be peaceful but not harmless. Thank you. God bless. Semper Fi.
Okay, man, we're live in Vegas right now. Brian, you ready to go, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready to go,
All right,
bro.
man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my angles. Don Kuehner, he's here hanging with us. Pacific West and Doubleshot. So you're tied in, doing all kinds of things. You guys at Pac West got voted one of the best EP schools?
Yeah,
in the
EP
industry?
Wired voted us the best EP school for 2022, and that was actually based off of candidates that had either gone to schools or anything like that. So it just kind of showed that we had a good following from our alumni.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about for us, is first off, training and making sure that they're ready to go into the industry, but two, making sure that they are actually getting the jobs that they want, right? So even working, you have other competitors that are doing their training, and I don't really see it as competition when it comes to it, because if we're all out there trying to help these new protectors get into the industry, get the jobs they want, then that's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Same here, absolutely, because we both have schools.
Yeah.
So, and my game has always been unite the tribes. Man.
Right.
Like, there are people that are looking for different things suit them, fit them. We all have unite the tribes amongst the high quality services.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other ones that aren't high quality, they'll up their game because they'll realize that's where the game is being played.
Yeah, that's the private sector thing. Everybody pushes everybody to do better, right?
100%, man. I love it, man.
What would you say is one of the biggest pushes that you put through your school?
So, and you're talking about the curriculum that we put?
Takeaways.
You know what
the
people
things
love
that
the
people walk
best of
away
ours
with,
is because they do 40 hours of hand-to-hand combat training, right? And I'm not talking about wrist locks and all that, stuff right there.
Yeah.
Actual physical body-on-body contact to understand stuff. But it's also talking about not using that, the de-escalation that goes up into that point.
Right.
But I will say that people love the hand-to-hand that we do because it's different than some of the other ones. 40 every morning, they come in an hour and a half on the mats.
Yep.
Every single day, and
That's
it's a
good,
39-day program.
Yeah.
So outside of the days that we do range and actual physical driving, they are actually on the mats doing this. Then they go home, they eat breakfast, come back, and then we do theory for the rest of the day.
Love it,
man.
Love it. Get the blood pumping, get all the positive
That's right.
endorphins unlocked, empower people, and then
The camaraderie comes from that in the classroom too.
Yeah.
I mean, guys really get to talk to each other and feel each other out.
you don't know someone till you fight them.
Ah, dude, that's the real deal.
Very true.
Students that come to your program, do you look at how their attitude is and how they go to seek potential candidates for you guys?
Absolutely. We actually we actually don't allow about 25% of the applicants to come through.
Wow.
Right? And that's not a badge protecting thing necessarily. That's more for me to evaluate each student, and then for those employers that are looking to get people from us to keep that talent pool good,
Strong.
so that anybody who comes in and says, and I talk to a lot of the employers that are around here, come talk to the students while they're in the program.
Yeah.
Because I want you to go in and I want you to grab the people that work for you, and they're going to stay there for 3, 4, 5 years, or they're going to do their own thing. We have a lot of new business owners come through as well, trying to start up their own EP programs.
That's good.
I love
man.
it, man.
That's
no,
really
that's
good.
awesome. That's a high. I mean, it's just the camaraderie, the quality of the training, the amount of time you get with them.
Yeah.
That's enough time. I mean, and one, it's a long job interview, but it's enough time to actually make sure guys are soaking up everything and really becoming. One of the issues I see with, like even with my symposium, you know, like they come in for a weekend and we try to get them as much as they can.
Yeah.
But anything that short is just exposure.
Sure.
Now you have to take these habits, but 30 plus days at something, you can become something.
Yeah,
we
really try to do that for sure.
So that's pretty awesome, man. I love what you guys are doing in the game. I love when I hear you guys' name around the industry, mostly because you guys did get such a high voting of approval. It's a proof of concept, really, is what it is. It's a proof, it's a validation for what you're doing by the people you're trying to serve.
That's
great. Huge. And I love that they're doing the VA thing, because I know people get heat. You get heat for having VA certified courses sometimes because people kind of talk about, you're taking advantage of veterans or whatever else. But executive protection saved my life. I got out of the Marine Corps and I couldn't sit behind a desk. I went to the Marine Corps because I was not going to school.
Right.
Being able to go from, infantry in the Marine Corps straight into another job that dovetailed pretty nicely with that. Obviously, there was some cognitive dissonance around like, okay, what am I really here to do? This isn't running and gunning. But it helped me, gave me excuse to stay dangerous, stay fit, stay vigilant. Everyone's like, oh, you have hypervigilance. It's like, no, this is kind of awesome for what I do. Like, this is actually quite constructive, So serving that demographic, and that's why I wrote the book about finding meaning after the military, serving that demographic means everything to me. And those guys can't afford a lot of this stuff, man. So
me and you were in the same thing, right? So after my time in the military and stuff, in the infantry, I had the same thing. Got out, didn't know. I played golf on unemployment for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what am I doing? And then I got into the industry, into EP. And stuff, and it really kind of blossomed into this. So I want to help those that are like us in that particular.
Speaking of help, Don, one piece of advice that you're going to give to everyone listening right now that wants to jump into this industry, what would you let them know?
I'd let them know that the one thing, right? Soft skills are going to keep you employed.
Yep.
The hard skills they're there and they're good, but the soft skills are going to keep you employed and keep people coming back for your service.
Amazing, man.
We're on the same page, dude. Hard skills may save lives, but soft skills keep you in this game.
That's right.
And then real quick, man, I got to give a shout out to Doubleshot, because I've worked with these guys. There is a review.
Doubleshoot.
I've worked with these guys. Amazing software and technology to help you with your marksmanship, BZOing your weapon, all these different things. And I know you guys have upgraded some things and changed some things since I've looked at it. But real quick, man, what's new? What's different? What would people need to know about this software?
So the real quick on this is that they have upped the game on the actual software that allows you to zero weapons. Okay, we've got many more different reflexive sights, pretty much anything reflexive at this point, and they're working on the other applications as well. But go up there, save your money.
Yeah.
Shoot 3 rounds.
Yeah.
If you have a good tight shot group, then you'll go ahead and have the adjustments that Doubleshoot will give you.
Right.
You'll shoot 3 rounds and you're zero.
Right.
So you're saving ammo, you're saving time. Now we can get to the stuff that we need to work on fundamentally to change that. The other thing is there's good games that are part of it and a community. You can start a community.
Yeah.
You can run a drill.
You can run your team.
You can run your team through these. And then you actually keep the data. Right? So, and for military and law enforcement applications, they can keep the zeroing for those law enforcement agents or anything, or on your particular team. I know you've zeroed your hollow sun reflexive sight, right? And so now I'm confident that you can go out there and shoot with a weapon that actually works.
And it can be kind of a validating second level of training, kind of actually, if these guys are doing some stuff.
It is with the community and with the team stuff that you can put together, and you can actually have teams compete against each other from across. If somebody's in New York, you can run the same drill, and you can have it in the community. So I know that Team 6 over against Team 12. In California, this is how they compare.
That's good, man.
Love it, man.
So good.
This has been awesome,
amazing,
Don.
Dude. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
It's an honor. I love what you guys are doing. Much respect.
Buddy. Awesome.
We're live.
We are live.
Yes.
And you know what's so amazing? We know what's so amazing about these environments?
Yes.
That you don't get people here that are just coming from North America.
Yes.
You get people that are coming straight from the UK.
100%.
Who do we have here today, man?
Pete Murphy Prevera. Am I saying this correct?
Preavo.
Preavo.
Okay. That's one of the closest I've had, though.
Okay, outstanding, man. Pete.
Yeah.
Comes highly recommended from one of the other buddies out there, Dean Stott.
Dean Scott.
One of our buddies. Yep. He's a monster in this game. But what I love is learning from guys that are in a whole different area of this game. Like what the EP game looks like for me is different for what it looks like to you. A lot of the fundamentals are the same, but I love hearing from what's going on over the pond, man. So first, what are you guys doing? What is Preavo about? Preavo. And then what's it looking like over there in the UK, man?
Well, I'll start with Preavo. So we've been going 10 years now. We operated 10 years. Prior to that, I was freelance. Prior to that, I was in the military, serving alongside Dean, where I was part of a close protection cell for UK Special Forces. So it was a natural progression for me to move out into. So I actually left the military and didn't want to do anything like this again. Special Boat Service, maritime was big. 2008 when I left. The Somali piracy threat was huge. We were highly sought after for super yacht protection. So we have Preavo Maritime. We still do a lot of super yacht protection. We run about 200 transits down through the Gulf of Aden now with armed protection on board.
Wow. 200. He said 200.
Wow. But that's with commercial as well.
Wow.
So commercial vessels. It's an insurance requirement, but they're minimalistic, if you like. It's just bums on seats, tick the box.
God bless security, man.
But the super yachts, they're still keen. They are reducing the high risk area. I'm going off on tangent here, but that's going to continue for a while. It's like anything. You take security away, it becomes a threat again.
Absolutely.
So what we're doing here is. It's our first time to the US. We tend, I was just saying to Byron, we tend not to go to security conferences with security people and talk security. It's not always brilliant for business in business.
They're sleepers almost.
In England. But for us to come out here, one of our favoured models is actually supporting US security companies, other parts of the world too, internationally.
Okay.
We've developed an amazing reach. My background, running the close protection cell gave me a huge network globally.
Yes.
And now we've operated in 79 countries, and we have a really good footprint. We've developed a really good vetting program over the years to work with partners. We've got over 50 partners across 6 continents.
Wow.
And we love that model, and we have an opposite supply and demand issue to you guys over here. So we've got plenty of guys, but the appetite for security is totally different in the UK.
Yeah, 100%.
US, it's a lot more common sense in the US surrounding it, and threats are understood, risk thresholds are much better. So we like that. So we work with some great companies here. Some of the big players around here, and we support them in countries that they can't necessarily go to.
Good to know.
And they like working with us. Their reputation's more important than our own. And we've built trust and loyalty around that, because obviously that's carding and approaching clients. We just never crossed that line. Integrity is one of the commando traits that I took with me from the military, and it means everything. It's got to be done in this business.
That's good, man.
So this is a great conference for us, and next year I think we'll definitely come again and maybe look at doing a talk on something different. I think maritime's not touched on a lot here,
and I think, really.
But it's a big upcoming. I say up and coming. Super industry is huge, but it's really growing in the States.
Okay.
Fort Lauderdale now. There's so much more going on here now. A lot. The high net worth market's growing in the States.
Oh yeah,
huge, and they all want boats.
Yeah, and they're American, so they, a lot of them believe in security. Man. A lot of them are.
Yeah, and it's a complex environment. You've got how yachts are owned, how they're managed. The flag state, the countries. The compliance of the flag state, the insurance. Operating with weapons in different, different. You're going, if you're chartering in Europe, you could maybe cross 5 countries in one day.
Wow.
Right.
And you can't carry weapons in certain countries. Yeah. So there's a whole different dynamic. So I think it'd be an interesting subject to touch on here.
Wow.
I'd like to,
we might have to do a full podcast.
Yeah, man.
I would love to.
Podcast.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to. I've worked in the super yacht industry since day one.
Wow.
And obviously maritime's my background.
Yes.
Murphy, actually. I'm just going to go off Murphy.
Yeah.
I found out is that the Celtic word for Murphy is Merchad, which means sea warrior, sea battler.
Wow.
This
is cool.
It's in my blood.
I didn't know that. I love it, man. Yeah, man.
So
I was just sitting there learning for a minute. I forgot we were even doing this. I was just okay, good.
Well, look, Byron, that's the beauty of these places, man. You come in, you learn, you network. Have you been able to network at all?
Oh, yeah, huge. And this more people than I expected. I mean, to bump into Dean here, we served together a long time. We're good friends, so it's fantastic to see him. But we do know a lot of people out here, and we've met a load of. It's a really friendly environment.
Yes,
very
good,
very
man.
approachable. You know, everybody's here with the same intentions, and I like it. It's really good.
That's amazing.
And I got to Vegas for the first time ever.
Oh, no
This
way.
is the first time. Be careful, man.
Be
We got
careful.
one more day. We got one more day.
Exactly.
I came out. I reckon I've set a record on gambling here, right? I played a fruit machine yesterday, a slot machine,
Yeah,
and they
fruit
give me a
machine.
ticket for 1 cent.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's got to be a record. Right? I won 1 cent.
Yeah, man. Then save your money. Walk away.
There you go, man.
Break the wrist.
I
walk
walked away while I was up.
While you're up,
Yeah,
there you go.
hey, I love it, man.
There you go.
Dude, this is
Amazing.
awesome.
Amazing, man.
Anything
Yeah.
else you want people to know?
Well, no, I mean, it's
What-
just,
What about guys like if someone wanted to get into yacht protection, like an agent was looking at like, oh, that seems kind of cool. What would you say about that?
yeah, definitely
Okay.
learn about it.
Yeah.
You can do maritime security courses,
Yeah.
you can do but they don't really necessarily touch on super yachts in specific. They'll,
Okay.
maritime security officer, but they'll give you a lot based around the compliance, about the rules of the road.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's record rules of the road at sea.
Okay.
So it gives you a good understanding of the security. So it's definitely worthwhile. But if your client's going to buy a vessel,
Yeah.
if they're going to buy a yacht, certainly go out there and learn
How to swim.
how to swim. Yeah. You definitely want to learn to swim. I'll tell you a funny story. Once a friend of mine, we were waiting off the back of the yacht on the tender. The client was coming down,
Yeah.
Okay.
and he's got his foot on the swim platform
Yeah.
and on the tender.
Yeah.
The client's walking down.
Ah.
The tender starts. It's not hooked on, right?
Yes.
So he's drifting back,
And he's doing
his
the
legs
splits.
are doing further
Oh,
apart.
man, here we go.
He had to stealthily drop into the water and
Wow.
hide under the swim.
Oh,
platform
Oh, my
until the
gosh,
client had
man.
gone. And he had time to empty
Yeah.
his pockets,
And
but
just get in.
But yeah, so swimming's a good one. But there are maritime security courses to go out to. I'd love to come out here and talk about. I think for a knowledge base of how all the complex, it's really complex.
Yeah. So it's not
You know.
something that like a new agent that's an EP guy is like, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
something
a-
you really
it's a
want to
lot-
get your orientation on.
Yeah, it's a huge complex environment. From the management companies, from the logistic companies, agents and management companies, two different things. Agents support logistics. One key thing I would say is there's so many third parties, and we've had an incident where a yacht was being chartered. It was we're talking €1 million a week charter.
Wow.
As with a lot of people in events, and the event organizer planning this, they keep everything on one email trail, right?
Yeah.
This email trail and the first deposit was intercepted. So the client put it on the travel agent that that's a massive flaw. We can't cancel the charter. That's a huge amount of money so they ended up with a 6-man security detail because of that.
Yeah.
Because this was intercepted. Communications. In cyber,
Now we're going.
ISO 27001, you're taught to vet all your suppliers and all
100%.
your agents as well, right?
100%.
And it's so important in the super yacht. I think it's a very porous environment.
Man.
Clients do think that super yachts are a safe environment, but we find them extremely porous and
Really? And you're in the middle of the ocean, and we just had another individual here who was talking about them getting hacked and different things like that. You're in the middle of the ocean.
And it's happening.
So we
And
did.
you're getting it's vulnerable.
We did a passive cyber test at the Monaco Yacht Show.
Yeah.
And out of 500 and something, I'll drop you the report. I think it was
Yeah.
around about out of 600 vessels, 17 were secure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
17 were secure.
Out of 600.
Out of around about 600. I'll drop you the report. It's really
man.
really
Wow.
interesting. That was a passive test, right? So if you think on a yacht, you've got rebros throughout the yacht, right? Because they've got a communications are going to go. You can pinpoint now. So if you drop their communications, so a yacht specialist, yacht's called specialist. They'll have specialist O, specialist C,
Yes.
Okay.
captain, owner, crew,
Yeah.
all the different networks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you drop their network, you jam it, you put your hedgehog in place or your network in place.
Okay.
Everybody logs on. You've got all their IPs. You know who the owner is. You can also pinpoint where the owner is on the vessel because you've got the
More
the,
Wi-Fi
right?
things
So you'll
and-
know if he's in his cabin. You know if he's in his cabin with someone.
That's pretty
Gosh,
crazy.
and now you can get paid.
So if you're going to hit it,
man.
So it's a real, there's a lot to learn, and maybe next year, I'll speak to the organizer. But I'd love to, if you want to do a podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you definitely got to get him on,
going
man.
down,
yeah,
man.
you got to
It's
break
going
that down.
Yeah, okay.
It's breaking it
It's
down.
been amazing.
I mean, we're sitting there getting a clinic right now, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, thank you so much.
Thank
man.
you. Thanks very
Yes,
much.
and
Thanks
it's
for seeing
Pleasure,
me.
brother. So much, man.
Thank you.
Pleasure, brother.
Yeah.
Preavo.
Thank you, man.
Preavo, yeah.
Preavo.
Yo, I love it.
You got the European flair.
Hey.
Preavo,
Yeah, exactly.
And they always, it looks sexier when they got the European.
Exactly.
Instantly,
Well,
All right.
thanks very much for your
man.
time.
Hey,
Absolute
thank you,
pleasure.
buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
you,
an honor.
man.
Yo, if you're a private security professional wanting to take your game to the next level, go to executiveprotectiontrainingday.com to check out my personal success package for private security professionals. Check it out, executiveprotectiontrainingday.com. And remember, y'all, hard skills do save lives, but soft skills get you paid. Boom. Boom. And to support this podcast, go to executiveprotectionlifestyle.com and contribute to our Patreon account. That Patreon account is what helps me make this podcast possible, contributing to this brand, what we're doing here, making it so that I can bring better guests on, making it so that we can plan more events and just expand the contribution to the private security industry and also to making America a safer place. Do whatever you can, contribute whatever you can, because it makes all of these things possible. Thanks for those contributions.